So, let's talk about a really fundamental shift that's happening in artificial intelligence right now. We're moving away from AI that just knows a bunch of stuff to an AI that can actually go out and do things. You could say it's like AI is getting an upgrade from being a brilliant librarian to being a super capable autonomous assistant.
I mean, think about it for a second. We already have AI that can chat with us, that can answer our questions, even write code. That's amazing. But what's the next step? What's the real frontier here? It's not just about crunching information anymore. The real game changer is when AI can take actual, tangible actions in the digital world.
And that's where this key term comes in, Agentic AI. Now, this isn't your everyday do-it-all chatbot. No, think of an Agentic AI as more of a specialist. It's built to lock onto a specific goal and then all on its own, use whatever tools it needs, we're talking APIs, databases, you name it, to actually get the job done.
Here's probably the easiest way to wrap your head around it. A regular AI can tell you all about the best flights to Tokyo. It can describe the itinerary perfectly. But an Agentic AI? Oh, it goes to the airline's website, it compares the prices, picks your seats, plugs in your info, and literally books the tickets. See the difference? It's the jump from describing to doing.
Okay, but there's a huge roadblock here. Before you can build an AI that can truly act for you, you have to solve this fundamental flaw with a lot of the AI we have today. It's a little thing called hallucination. And it's basically when an AI just makes stuff up, but says it with complete and total confidence.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem. A lot of current models use what's called chain of thought reasoning. You can kind of think of it like someone trying to solve a problem, but they're locked in a room with no windows. All their reasoning happens internally, but it's not connected to, external reality. This makes them super prone to hallucinating facts, and even worse, one tiny mistake at the beginning can snowball into a completely wrong answer by the end.
And listen, this is not some minor glitch. One major study found that these hallucinations accounted for a staggering 56% of all failures in these models. That's more than half the time. You just can't have an AI booking flights for you if it's going to be flat out wrong that often.
So, how do you fix that? Well, a group of researchers came up with a really brilliant new approach called REACT. And as you can probably guess, it stands for Reason plus Action. The whole idea is to force the AI's reasoning to be grounded in the real world.
The core concept here is actually something you do all the time without even thinking about it. Imagine you're cooking. You don't just blindly follow the recipe, right? No, you reason as you go. You pause, you think, do I have enough salt? You realize you need to look up a measurement conversion. You taste the sauce and decide it needs a little more garlic. That's exactly what React lets an AI do.
It all works on this really simple but powerful three-step loop. First, the AI forms a thought. It reasons about what it needs to do next. Then, it takes an action, like searching Wikipedia for a fact. And finally, it makes an observation based on what it found. That new piece of information then feeds its very next thought, and the cycle continues.
And that's the magic of this loop. It creates this constant cycle of think, do, learn. The AI isn't just relying on its own internal, sometimes faulty knowledge anymore. It's actively going out into the world to fact-check itself and update its plan as it goes.
Okay, so the theory sounds great, right? But the big question is, does it actually work in practice? Does connecting thought to action really make a difference? Well, the researchers put it to the test to find out. They used this complex text-based game called AlfWorld, and what they found was pretty dramatic. A model that was only allowed to take actions succeeded just 45% of the time. But when they added that reasoning step, when they used the React framework, the success rate shot up to 71%.
Yeah, that's an absolute jump of 34 percentage points. Just by letting the AI think out loud before it acts, its performance just skyrocketed. I mean, that is a massive, massive leap.
And this wasn't just a fluke. They tried it on a totally different task, a simulated online shopping environment called WebShop. And guess what? React came out on top again. It beat other specialized methods by a solid 10%. And get this, it did it with just a handful of examples, beating models that were trained on literally thousands of them.
So look, this is way more than just a clever research paper. A breakthrough like this has some really profound implications for how all of us are going to be interacting with AI, probably in the very near future.
Just let your mind run with it for a second. We're talking about self-driving cars that can truly reason about some weird situation on the road. AI in hospitals that doesn't just process patient data, but actually helps doctors map out treatment plans. Smart homes that can manage your energy use all by themselves.
The possibilities here are just vast. But, and this is a really big but, giving AI the power to act in the real world opens up a whole can of worms. A lot of serious, critical questions. How do we make absolutely sure these things are safe? When an autonomous agent messes up, who's responsible? Who's accountable? And how do we stop them from just taking our own human biases and amplifying them? These are the huge challenges we now have to figure out.
So, as we keep building AI that can not only know things, but can actually do things, it turns out the biggest hurdle might not be technical at all. The true challenge is going to be navigating our own relationship with these powerful new agents and figuring out how, and maybe more importantly, when, we can actually learn to trust them.